This is crazy. Legit, nobody has talked about this movie. I saw the cover for this movie and I was like, oh, so it's gonna be like those like Pepe lore videos, but just like an extended version, like a really long, like trippy animation. That's actually a great idea. And then I saw that it was a documentary. I came to the realization earlier, before I watched this, like a few days ago, artists are not and shouldn't be high-ranking members of society. Like, there's no reason for an artist to ever earn as much as someone like Jay-Z. Artists are below. Like, I was talking about it with my brother about like it's about 1 in 20, you know? And my brother's like, talk to people at their level, you know? He's like getting mad at me. Like I should stop having such high standards to everyone else. But here's the thing. Artists are not the top 5%. They're the bottom 5%. Artists are slaves. And the rest of society is just the kings and queens. I mean, they do call themselves that, and they sure live like it too. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave 2 videos in the description. The first one is why anime is above cinema, and it also explains in that video why my immediate impression of the movie, why it was going to be bad, simply based on the fact that it was not animated, was not a wrong guess, intuition. And the other video I'm going to leave in the description, which I haven't actually recorded yet. I mean, I did it a long time ago, but I'm going to redo it and leave it there. The thing is, all these like virtue signaling, like fake ass artists involved with psyops who have become idiots, they don't know what they're talking about, like iDubbbz. I don't want to repeat myself over and over again saying the same thing about all of them. So I'm just going to say it once, and whenever it comes up, I'll leave it linked in the description when it's relevant. 2 minutes and 15 seconds in, they show that 4chan post, like out of nowhere. I thought they were talking about the drawing. Like, oh, what do people get wrong when trying to draw it? Oh, the captions they put with it. Like, that's not what he was asking. And everyone can tell, like, they're planning all this out. This is all scripted. They're getting him to say all this stuff. All the questions are setups. And that's why I feel so out of left field. And then it shows, like, Stephen Colbert. And that's when I knew. I was like, oh, okay, so this movie is made for idiots. Because no one with a brain would ever take Stephen Colbert's word seriously. So I took, like, 5 seconds just to skim through the thumbnails of the movie. And here's my guess of what they're going to say. He didn't intend for the meme to turn out this way. He's just an artist and he's a victim in all this. Now he has a kid and he's all grown up and he's changed and he doesn't associate with that community anymore, and he just wants to work on his art and all his other art projects. And the moral of the story is jokes can be taken too far and that there's a line. But of course the movie will never define that line because it's impossible and there actually isn't a line. And if you actually take a second to think about it, there can't be a line and there shouldn't be one. It's either all okay or none of it's okay. But this movie is not for people who think. It's for people who just blindly accept. And people will watch this. Like, at least 10 people will watch this movie and they'll just blindly accept that there is a line and that jokes can be taken too far without any sort of explanation. And what the line is just whatever people decide the line is. And you just have to accept it. And they're also going to conclude that the audience should leave an artist's creation in the hands of the artist. And the artist should decide what happens with it. Unless the artist themselves is a racist, then, and these kinds of stories never really address stuff like that and still reconcile the previous conclusions they made because it would be contradictory. These movies are made all the time, but it's kind of sad to see a movie named Feels Good Man made for normies. I know for a fact they're going to explain every little thing because everyone who knows the situation won't bother to watch the movie. Like, if you were there, if you were on the internet, if you were a part of meme culture at the time, you would have seen it. The truly important details, like the fucked up shit that the ADL did, the way that Hillary Clinton tried to like demonize an entire group of people that literally did not do anything wrong. And it was specifically the group of people that were calling her friends, her entire friend circle, a bunch of pedophiles running a human sex trafficking ring. They had control over the media at the time. They were doing backhanded deals with every media outlet and every platform, including YouTube. And it's like, I saw this stuff and everyone was like, oh my God, I can't believe you believe in the conspiracy theory that they're running a sex trafficking ring. And now those same people are like, oh my God, Jeffrey Epstein. Like, dude, how did you not see this coming? Like, who the hell? It's just obvious to me. It's obvious and people are just so behind. I also saw, like, when I Googled the movie, I saw that it apparently casted Alex Jones. Yeah, they definitely don't get him in the documentary. They definitely just show clips of what he says from the stuff that I've seen. One day I'll talk about this stuff, but I was there. Like, I was in the trenches of this stuff. I went to labs, like actual labs where people wore white lab coats paid by social media companies to get the smartest scientists in the world to figure out the most effective way to manipulate people's minds. Like, I participated. I am partially responsible for the divide and hatred in America and the rest of the Western world. I am responsible for making up random information and for spreading it for money and views. Millions, hundreds of millions of views. And now I'm trying to right my wrongs. And now I'm trying to tell people like, hey, all the shit you heard about people like Alex Jones and Donald Trump and all this stuff, I made it up. Here's the proof. Here's the Wikipedia alt account where I go in and say he did all this fucked up shit when really he didn't do any of it. Here's the money I made from it. Here's the receipts. And people are so far gone. They're so brainwashed that they don't even believe me. But one day I'll show people the real thing. And I'll show them just how deluded they've become for trusting those who want to censor the internet. There has never, ever been a good guy in history who wanted to burn books or censor ideas. Ever. And it's blatantly obvious to me who's on the right side of history. Those who say anything goes, if you don't feel comfortable on the internet looking at letters and pixels, then get off the internet. And then there are those who say we should have fact checkers so that we can believe everything we see online, and there should be some centralized authority, anonymous and censoring and controlling what people see. Like these people, these normies, these guys are fucking idiots, dude. Like I'm not watching this. And as usual, if someone really, really wants me to watch it and go into a deeper dive, I can do that. But if you really want me to, at this time, I don't think anyone's gonna even care enough to want to hear my thoughts on it for real. So yeah, I just don't bother. 0 out of 10.
It's Filthy Frank, motherfucker. It's Filthy Frank, bitch. Let's get some pussy tonight.
Today I would like to present an exceedingly excellent Your Mother joke. I will now begin. Your biological mother is so morbidly obese. When she went to go get her yearly physical done, the doctor took her blood and the results concluded that she had a high blood pressure, onset type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and the possibility of heart disease. She also suffers from severe depression because she lacks confidence in her physical appearance, which enables her to consume even more food, making her more obese. Not to mention, but your mother is becoming so monstrous, she had a hard time fitting through small spaces and exceeding weight limits on practical applications. Your mother has an endless cycle of malicious eating habits that only make her health worsen over time. I hope whoever has just watched this video enjoyed the humorous Your Mother joke. Thank you for your time and have a blessed day.